This is Steven Platinum, your friend in wrestling with Platinum versus Raw. This is from August 30th, 2021. Boy, it was shitty. But there were parts that definitely shone in the midst of the crap. We're in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and they're lamenting the fact that JR isn't there for them to embarrass. Jimmy Smith is there, joined by Corey Graves and Byron Saxton. We'll go right to the ring. We got the U.S. champ, Damian Priest, open challenge. We see stills from his SummerSlam title win over Sheamus. It's nice that they're giving Priest this moment for sure. So fans are chanting for Priest. He appreciates them. He's going to bring respect to the title, all that kind of stuff. He talks about how Bobby Lashley ran away like a coward. Here comes Sheamus to boo. Sheamus agrees that Lashley does like to run from a fight, and it's supposed to be Sheamus and Lashley tonight, but that's clearly not going to happen. Sheamus likes the open challenge, even if the fans don't deserve it. Out comes McIntyre. He wants to see Priest beat Sheamus again. This time it's for something else, something fresh. McIntyre names some of his title wins and says he's never been United States champion. He challenges Priest, and as words for Sheamus, Priest likes the idea. Here comes Lashley with MVP. And so typical old school Raw 20-minute talk segment where they set up a bunch of stuff. Here come the Raw tag champs and Riddle and Randy Orton. Riddle proposes a title defense for their tag titles against MVP and Lashley. MVP accepts. So that's the long and short of it. Weird. Rhea Ripley and Shayna Baszler. A decent enough match. It's foregone conclusion. Rhea Ripley wins with a roll-up. And then Jax enters, attacks Ripley, drops her with a Samoan drop. Baszler sits up on the apron, looks on. And they walk right past Nikki. Viking Raiders are backstage. They're unleashing their brutality once again. And they beat on their chests. So it's the Viking Raiders against Veer and Jinder Mahal. You can probably guess what's going to happen. But they pin Jinder. That's, the big shock. The Viking Raiders win. They get a raid chant going. Eesh. We see Drew McIntyre backstage warming up. He grabs the sword. We get a triple threat. So Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, and Damian Priest. They're all going at it. It's good stuff. This is probably the best match on the card, I guess. Though I did like Xavier Woods against AJ Styles. At the end of it, Damian Priest takes advantage. Drew gets that headbutt to Priest. Priest drops Drew with the Reckoning for the pin to retain. After Drew flew in with the Claymore to Sheamus right before all of that. Priest stands tall. We go to replays. He's all smiles. We see stills from the WWE title match at SummerSlam. And then Goldberg basically challenges Bobby Lashley in the video, saying he wants his soul. It's awful. We see a video of 24/7 champ Reginald. He dodges and ducks in the park. I gotta say, I mean, I hate these 24/7 segments, but I'd rather see Reginald do his thing. At least it's something new and fresh. And that's how low the bar has been dropped. Eva Marie against Doudrop. Doudrop attacks her before the bell and gives her that, that crossbody splash thing. And counts her own pin, but the referee says Eva's unable to compete tonight and fans boo. Doudrop basically claims a victory and Eva seethes. It's terrible. Sarah Schreiber stops Charlotte Flair. Asks about the threat from Nia Jax. Flair says Nia's a monster, but she's going to slay her. Karrion Kross against Humberto. Karrion Kross now. Makes me really miss Slapjack, bro. Never got to see the payoff. Kross beats him handily. Drops him with the Saito suplex and the cross jacket. Nia Jax had words for Flair. So Nia Jax is saying, I'm going to beat up everybody. Beat up Nikki Ash, beat up Rhea Ripley. Now he's going to beat up Charlotte Flair. And Nia Jax does in a match that's incredibly awkward and feels like it really went off the rails. And a very stiff, awkward-looking power bomb for Jax to beat her for the non-title, I guess, win. Okay. We see how Randy Orton and Riddle took out AJ Styles and Omos last week as they celebrated the SummerSlam title win. John Morrison's backstage. He was supposed to wrestle The Miz, but then Miz went back to Hollywood. So then a match is made between Omos and John Morrison, who just turned face and then gets crushed by Omos in 2 minutes. Inexplicably bad booking. After the match, Omos stands tall. AJ joins Omos in the ring, and they stand tall until the New Day music hits and Xavier Woods against AJ Styles. These guys have chemistry together. It looks really good. AJ eventually gets Wood in the Craft Crusher. Woods taps out after making an effort to get to that bottom rope. Weird. Bobby Lashley and MVP against Riddle and Randy Orton. It's a pretty good match. It's a foregone conclusion. You knew what was going to happen. Riddle hits the floating burrow to MVP for the pin, and then Randy Orton drops Bobby Lashley with the RKO. Ay, ay, ay.